Mark chapter 6 verse 29. On hearing of this, John's disciples came and took his body and laid it in a tomb. John the Baptist was one of the most famous people of his day, and many people followed him. Although the Bible records that some became his disciples, we do not have any evidence of him training them and sending them out to preach. When he was at the peak of his success, he chose to step back. He said he must decrease to make a way for Jesus. He even said he was not worthy even to untie the straps of Jesus' sandals. In fact, John chapter 1 verses 35-37 records that he encouraged his disciples to leave him and go to Jesus instead. We don't know how many disciples John originally had, but after he had been imprisoned, not many remained with him. In today's text, we see that those who had stayed took John's body and buried him. I'm curious about those disciples. They are the ones who did not leave John even though everyone else had. They were willing to lose everything, even their own lives. People would have ridiculed them for their devotion, but nothing would stop them from following their perishing teacher. John was the number one enemy of Herodias, the wife of the most powerful man in that region, and he was beheaded as a result of her scheming. By coming forward to take care of John's body, these disciples were publicly announcing that they were loyal to an enemy of the state. They remind me of Joseph and Nicodemus who buried Jesus, and Ruth who would not leave Naomi. However, it was also good that some of John's disciples had left him to follow Jesus. They were obeying their teacher's instructions. Some could even say that those who remained behind did so in defiance of John's wishes. Yet, I am sure John wasn't angry even though they didn't listen to him. Don't you think he would have appreciated their stubborn loyalty and faithfulness when he was confined in the lonely prison? Where would I find myself if I was one of John's disciples? Would I have left him when he stepped back and said he must decrease? Would I have left him when he went to prison and gone to Jesus instead? Would I have been one of those who visited him in prison and buried him? Today, my heart goes out to the ones who buried him. I want to be the kind of person who could not leave and would stay to take care of their decreasing teacher. The kind of person who shares the suffering of others. What kind of person am I?